Hey, hello everyone. How are you? How are you today? Good morning. Oh, good afternoon. I think it's good afternoon, right? For most of us. Uh, all right. Sorry, I was kind of trying to prepare everything here, but as you know, I just made it home yesterday, and I'm still working on stuff. So today was kind of hard for me. So let me take a look to the chat. Hello, Mr. Hans. Hello, Sina, Patrick. Hey, Tocayo. Thank you for your email, Tocayo. Thank you for your email. I appreciate the words and giving my best to provide value. Hello, Don. Hey, Alex. Hello, Chris, Luke, and Faisal. Hey, Don. Yeah, you missed a few last week, right? Because you have customer out days, right? Hello, Salman, Cuba. Hey, Loki Gopalian. Hello from India. Hey. Hello from Texas. Hello, Linda, Sven. You miss Nvidia? Oh, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you a sad story about my Nvidia trade today. Just give me a few minutes. Thursday and Friday. Hey, Don. It's very nice to have you back. All right, guys. So let's get started. Today I'm kind of upset because I was watching AMD and Nvidia. Well, AMD just watching, right? Because AMD has earnings tomorrow, so I was hesitant about going on AMD at least today, tomorrow, just because the earnings. So I was just watching AMD. So it opened with this second candle. I was like, oh well, I mean, AMD it's so over. They are just gonna drop the price, and it's gonna take SMH and Nvidia and all the semis with it. But look at this nice low grind to the upside, and actually, I really missed this one here. This one here. This was a very nice break displacement retest of two key levels, right? Our two key levels here are the 5-minute opening range here and the pre-market high. So look at this. Can you see my screen well? Let me try to open a little bit this, how it's adjusting to your screen. Okay, no. Okay. Just for you to know, I have like my trading screen in front of me, but here on the downside I have my laptop, so I'm kind of reading the chat and looking at how it goes on my laptop, but actually streaming from the bigger one. So okay, so I was watching this is a very nice huge momentum and volume break, displacement and retest of the 5-minute opening range high and also the pre-market high. So this was a very nice trade. This was a very nice setup, and I I need to journal this. I mean, I I just hesitated here because tomorrow is the earnings report, so I just hesitated, and also because I was watching Nvidia. So you will see in a few minutes. You will see in a few minutes. The Nvidia trade actually did the exact same thing. It broke, displaced, had displacement, and then retested the 5-minute opening range high. So it was kind of the very same thing. So I just decided to go with Nvidia, but I had an issue, and I will tell you in a few minutes. Right. So not sure if someone took this trade here, and also as you can see here, both indices were going nuts here. I mean, they started like really well. They started like really well. They were having nice market structure, making higher highs, higher lows. So right here on these candles here, on this retest of 628 on SPY, and well, I don't know what's 562. Yeah, 562 here on QQQ. It was this nice break and retest of pre-market high, 5-minute opening range high. So I'm not sure if anyone took this one here. Congratulations if you did, especially if you were smart enough to sell into strength right here. Just look at this. So high of the day, high of the day. If you open your position here on the next candle here around pre-market high, and you were aiming to high of the day, this was at 1 to 2.5 risk reward ratio trade. Just make sure that you, every time you hit key levels, at least, I mean, you sell into strength. That's very important. Actually, in another community, I learned, um, they were saying abscess, always be selling into strength, and I think that's super smart. I know there's people who wait for the actual break of the level and see the reaction around there. I personally, I like to click the sell button right here on the strength, right? So if you trim some of your position here, I mean, this pullback, it was just a matter of time for you to actually go higher, like here. And this was, look at this, 1 to 3 risk reward ratio trade. So if you were not a big greedy pig, you were selling around this area here, right? Around this area here, 177, 177.20. That was the kind of the ceiling for today. So it was a very nice trade. Just again, I hesitated because tomorrow we have earnings report for AMD, and I was looking at the different ticker. I was looking at Nvidia. Alex, AMD IB was very high today. I know. I mean, for being honest, I'm not watching IB while I'm trading in the morning. I'm watching IB on the pre-market. I mean, if this thing is just, like going higher and higher and higher, that's, I mean, I've started watching it. But once you are in the trading hours, I'm not watching IB too much or at all. Cena IV was higher than 100%. Yeah, well, again, I mean, that's the thing when you are trying to trade a name that has earning reports so soon, like tomorrow afternoon. So yeah, again, this was expected, but on these pushes, I mean, I don't know if someone took this trade here. I don't know if someone took this trade here, but I mean, I can imagine that this push was like 20% or something like that, just because the IB, right? So just make sure that you understand how the IB works and use it to your favor, right? Okay, let's go to the next one. Amazon and Tesla were the two names that were super weak on the morning, right? So look at the difference between both indices. They were SPY and QQQ. They were going deep inside this daily gap, or this gap on the daily chart, and Amazon was just dropping like a stone, right? Was dropping like a stone. So for being honest, I didn't like this entry here, just because, again, the both indices were super high. They were pushing with a lot of strength. So I didn't like too much this. But then after looking at this drop, this break and retest of the previous day close and the 5-minute opening range low, this was a name that I like. Again, I already was on an Nvidia trade on the same trend or direction than the indices, so I just skipped or missed this trade. But this was the entry that I like, the break and retest of the 5-minute opening range low. Why? Because this could, reclaim key levels and all that stuff, just because the indices were pushing higher. But once you see more weakness like this, again, to relevant key levels, right, to previous day close and to this 5-minute opening range low, so more weakness here, I will take this one every day, right? I will take this trade every day. So I will open my position here, something around here, depending on how fast you took your position. My risk will be at the top of this candle here, and I will be looking for example, this is the previous day low, this 212.80. This will be my first target, or my main target. Look at this. It was a 1 to 3.7 risk reward ratio trade. So this was a very nice trade. And look at this. Look at the market structure here. Came, retested this order block, this one candle rule. So this not only was the continuation for these two previous trades, but also if you miss this entry here, this was a very nice opportunity for a second entry, or for an additional entry right here. So this was the break, displacement, and retest of this order block right here. So if you open your position on the next candle and you were aiming to this key level on the daily chart, this 212, look at this, it was a 1 to 3.6 risk reward ratio trade, just because the risk right here was super small, right? Like a few cents right here on the not on the contract, but on the underlying. So this was a very, very, very easy trade right here. Looking at, and here, look at this, and right here, 1037, this made more sense than not than this one, right? But it made a lot of sense right here, just because both indices were now consolidating. So while this was consolidating, Amazon was just looking for a reason to go lower, right? So look at this, consolidation, 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 drop right here, and what was happening on the indices? It was happening absolutely nothing. Just, again, Amazon was just looking for a reason to drop more. So this was a very easy trade. Okay, Chris, you took Amazon 1021 into previous day low, 1021 right here. Look at this. This was the break and retest of the 5-minute opening range low to the previous day low. That's a very nice trade, Chris. Congratulations. Indices felt overextended. I might discuss that concept here, Chris. It's just not the forum, but the trend is super obvious on both indices, and also they were inside of the gap. So I'm not super sure that I will share that opinion about the indices, but I understand what you're saying. That I respect your opinion right there. Tocayo Robert, you took Amazon puts at open of 1039. Look at this. This was the other. Should have taken it earlier of the 5-minute. Yeah. It was a nice trade here, Tocayo. It was a nice trade here. Very small risk, just to this order block here, and the target was super clear, 212. So that was also a very nice trade. Just look at this. Just because the momentum and speed of these candles, this was a way higher trade than this, because this was a slow grind to the downside. So yeah, so these, I don't know, like probably 30-40%, but this was only like a 15-12%. So yeah, but anyways, that was a very nice trade here. All right, guys, let's go to Nvidia. This was my Nvidia trade. I took, give it 1 second here. Okay, I took this trade on the break and retest of the previous day high. I actually took it right here, and I was aiming 178 as it actually hit. But let me tell you something. Right here, right here in this area, it was only like 5%. My contracts were only like up 5%. So when it came back, I was something like here, and maybe on these candles like 1008, 1009. My contracts were like 1%, and I was like, I'm not gonna waste my time and effort right here. It's not looking that strong. So I just decided to cut my trade right here, right here. This is a shame because there was no indication other than my PNL. So I admitted guilt of all charges here. Uh, I just cut my trade because on the PNL wasn't looking so good. Yeah, just as this is saying, Nvidia premiums were not moving so good. You got out at very small red. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I mean, I made like $200 here on this trade. For real. I mean, it was like 5% here, something like that. Yeah, it was ugly. It was ugly. Um, Alex, you enter 950. 950. Look at this. It's the exact same trade. Salt into strength 1006 right here. Good. 5%, right? Something like that. Small win, I know. Renato, how are you, Renato? You did the same thing. Chris, you did the exact same thing as you in Nvidia. I got small green. You took Amazon trade too. Tocayo, great. Nvidia, sorry. Renato, Tony, and Jack explain why they stayed in the mood, but I lost 6% there. Yeah, I mean, this was a patience and trusting on the setup, right? Because even on this pullback, look at this. This is an actual. Can you see here? I mean, this is actual market structure, respecting market structure right here. So this is a higher low, right? Even with this dip into this red zone, even with this was just like a higher low, right? A higher low, higher high, higher low. So maybe we should be out on this candle here, 1041. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't being so patient. Yesterday I had an amazing day. I I was able to take advantage of the sell off. So yeah, so I don't know. That was another thing. This morning I was kind of more short bias. I was looking for shorts instead of for longs. Just because I was thinking continuation of yesterday's move. But once, actually right here, I think it was like 950. The time I realized, like, okay, well, I mean, there's not such a thing as of like shorts right here, right? So, but yeah, I mean, it took me 20 minutes into the market to actually, like shift my mindset or shift my bias. Uh, so that and that's actually when I entered this Nvidia trade. But just because just as I told you, like right here, it was like 5%. So I just got anxious and cut my trade here. And look at this. I mean, it actually moved well. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if one of you guys, if you take your trade around here, 950, 952, and you actually went all the way to 178, if you can tell me how much of a percentage was this move? Because I mean, if you tell me like, oh well, it was like a 12% move, I mean, I'm still happy. I mean, I'm not super happy because I just took decisions based on my PNL right here. But yeah, I mean, contracts were not moving well, so I just decided to. You got Cuba. You entered Nvidia off the pre-market high right here. Oh, that was a very nice one. That was a very nice one, and actually, on the context, it was a super good one because both indices were breaking out on high of the day, and actually, I mean, this 176 was a very nice, key level. Congratulations on that, Cuba. 942 exit 945, like this one here. Oh, like this one here. Oh, nice one. And 1006, something like that. Yeah. Congratulations, my friend. That and how well the contracts were moving. How well the contracts were moving in Cuba. Good, like 20%. All right. That's very good. That's very good. Congratulations on that, my friend. Congratulations on that. You actually identified nice key levels here, along with these intraday price key levels. Yeah, that was very good one. That was a very good one. And look what you did here, Cuba. You were aiming to some key levels, and how it felt. How it felt. Forget about this thing going higher. How did you feel? How did you feel when you actually trim on your key levels? Did it feel good? I hope it did. That's the best feeling on trading, when you plan your trade and then you trade your plan. That's perfect. Renato, you were watching and it was like 19% at high of the day. Something, yeah. I mean, it's super good, right? But it was slow. Jeff, 951, something like here, something like here, 951. Nice entry there. Scale out 1006, something here. Good. 5% on Nvidia. Exactly. That's what I told you. That's what I told you. That was a 5% move right here. It was crazy. All right. Well, let's forget about Nvidia, guys. Let's forget about Nvidia. Hopefully. Oh my gosh, I didn't watch this. This went 179. Come on. Yeah, yeah. It's playing with us. It's playing with us. Look at this. This was my signal for taking trades on Nvidia right off this level here. That was part of my higher time frame thesis. So I actually got a very good entry. It's just I don't know. I just got tired of watching this 5%. All right, let's move out. Tesla, guys. Tesla playing with your heart again, trying to reclaim key levels, failing on that. Uh, let me. I want to show you something. Give me 1 second here. Tesla here. Okay. Look at this. So, for being honest, on Tesla, I was kind of, like waiting for two things. Like, I was waiting for some rejection right here, or waiting for this 297, 299, the month to actually play. Can you see here? Well, I think it's gonna be easier than the 4 hour. Right here, 297. I was waiting for the break or the rejection of this 308, or revisit this 297 key level for the month, right? But I think Tesla is not my thing right now. So I was watching the intraday price action here. So this was a nice break and retest of this key level 306.66, or this 1 minute opening range low. So right here, it was showing a lot of weakness right here, starting on this 1008 candle. There's something here, right? There's something on 312. There's something on 312. Rejected hard. Look at this, rejected hard. And once this thing was going lower of this 1 minute and the 5 minute opening range, and having reactions right here at this 306.66, I really like this break, this placement retest. And probably if you were not ready for this trade here and you actually bought, I don't know, like around this 5 minute opening range low. Look at this. And you were aiming to this 303. Well, anyways, it was a 1 to 2 reward rate to trade. Probably your risk will not be all the way up. Maybe something like here or even on this candle here. But anyways, it was worth the shot. And also, look at this. It came back, retested this previous low of the day. This was low of the day. So retested, and I will try it again here because SPY was consolidating a lot, but QQQ was actually kind of slowly grinding down. So I like this trade here, like for the last push for closing the daily gap, but this actually didn't work. This actually didn't work right here. So this didn't work right here. So this was the break and retest of low of the day, and also like an order block right here, right? So it didn't work. It didn't work. Not even to low of the day. Look at this. I mean, if you were like trigger happy right here and you were just watching the 1 to 2 reward rate to trade, you actually got like 3 opportunities. But I mean that's not how we do it, right? Um, so that was Tesla. Is there any name that you want to take a look? Rondo, you only like Tesla on Fridays? Come on, my friend. Yeah, I like Tesla on Fridays and going to the Venetian on Las Vegas, right? The Casting Kings. You enter 942 candle. 942. What are we talking about? Casting Kings. 942 or 1042. Well, I don't know. The Casting Kings, if you can rephrase what you did here, that will be awesome. So we can all take a look. That will be awesome. Cuba, Tesla is about to explode. I hope to the upside in the coming weeks. I took Tesla also as part of my pre-market plan. One call contract as soon 10:02. 10:02. 5 minute opening range high breakout. For pre-market high. That was a nice one. Oh my gosh, 657 the contract. Yeah, that's the thing with the Tesla contracts, right? If you guys are trading with a small account, and when I say small account, let's say like less than $2,500, right? But $2,500. If you are trading with a small account, something like that, I will say stay away of Tesla. Stay away of Tesla because your trades, I mean, just one contract, just it's like that, right? Like $600, $700. So if you want to manage your risk, it's gonna be way harder. So I will recommend go to the other names, uh, Apple, AMD, Nvidia, Microsoft, even Meta, Palantir, SPY, QQQ, all of them, they offer contracts very close to the current price. I don't know, like between 70 or 60 cents and the $2, right? So that's only my opinion, that's only my recommendation. But if you have a small account, meaning less than $2,500 on your total account value, I will stay away of Tesla. Not because it's harder to trade, not it's not that. It's because the contracts are so expensive, and you won't be able to manage your risk properly. So that's just my opinion. I mean, you take it or not. Uh, Google was the move. I didn't watch Google. Let me go take a look. Faisal, you took Google. Richard, IWM. You know what? I don't watch IWM because it moves by itself, right? It's about the manufacturing companies. It's about American companies, and it doesn't move with the SPY. Well, the Standard and Poor's or the Nasdaq. So for me, it's like you are just watching isolated candles on that ETF. So I don't follow it too much. I know a lot of people that they like it, but I don't. I don't personally. Rondo, today I had fun selling SPY strangles. Tasty lifestyle. Cuba, you took one contract. Yeah, as the risk was within my risk. Yeah, so yeah, just let me rephrase it again. So when I'm saying if you have a small account, don't trade Tesla, it's not because it's harder or more difficult to do it. It's just because the contracts are way more expensive and you won't be able to manage your risk properly, right? So your risk is going to be way higher than recommended for a small account. So that's the only thing. I mean, if you feel comfortable risking that, that's fine. If you find your edge trading Tesla, go for it. It's just my recommendation, my experience. Um, Spread on Meta has been really wide lately, fairly expensive. Hood, you know what? Not sure if I ever told you, but when the GameStop thing a few years ago, I was trying to do something with my account, and I I don't know, like I just feel that they haven't changed anything, right? Just I don't know. I still have bad feelings about Robinhood. So I don't even watch their contracts. So Casting Kings, Nvidia, yeah, okay. 942, that was a good one. All right. Okay, guys. Let's go Microsoft maybe. Look at this. This was a nice break in media retest of the 5 minute. And after that, I don't know, like I mean if you were just drawing order blocks like this one here, you may have an entry right here or here to high of the day. Something like this. 536.50. And then again, some maybe like this. 1 to 2.5 reward rate to trade. Look at it. Even if you stay here, that was the play. That was the play. Let's go to the next one. Palantir. Sideways all the day long. Apple. Look at this. Break. Displacement. Nice retest. 1 minute opening range. If you were looking for something like this, and this is your high of the day, look at this. This was a 1 to 2.1 risk reward ratio trade. But if once you break this 206, you look for 207. Look at this. And then 208. Almost. Nice move on Tesla on Apple. Look at this. Nice move on Apple right here. 206.50. Yeah, that was the key level right here. DCA, I'm starting to hate Palantir. Yeah, I mean, remember it's all-time highs. So investors sometimes what they do, it's like okay, they take names to the desired levels, and then they just you know That's called rotation. They move their money to another name that they want to move, and that's how it works. That's how it works. All right. That was Apple here. This was the Google move that you said. All right. So you had this break and retest 1 minute, one candle rule or order block right here. Let's say 193 right here. It was a 123.1. The next key level was this 193.50. Look at this 125. Yeah, well, this was a very nice trade right here. This was a very nice trade right here. And look at this. This was a small gap on the daily chart. This was a small gap on the daily chart. And also it was on the same direction than the indices. So this was a very nice move. Very nice move right here. Look at this. It actually offered a few other plays like this to high of the day right here. 1 to 2 reward rate to trade a few times. That was nice. Who said about Google? Faisal 10-10 retest. 10-10 retest. 10-10 retest. Right, this one here. Nice. Someone else said about Google. DC. What you did on Google, DC? But you just were watching. Yeah, well, look at this. Two nice moves on Google here. I like this because of how well reacted to this key level here. Look at this deep wick into the key level, and the body totally fully above the key level. So I like this one here. You didn't take it, just watching. All right, guys. So I think that was it. Do you want to take a look to SPY? I think you had a few nice moves here on SPY. I like this. This 628 was the key level for the day, and then this 629, right? I think this 629.30. I was watching this. I'm not gonna lie. I was watching this 629.30. That's why this white box is here, because I was thinking on shorting SPY. I know this was not a break and retest thing, but look how many rejections of this 629.30. Look how many rejections. How many rejections. So I was waiting for my chance to actually see something like nice going to this high. Oh, I don't know why it's not working here. Okay. I was watching for the weakness around here, but never got it, and I actually went higher, right? Yeah, but that's why my white box is here. And QQQ was kind of the same thing, right? Actually, can you see? Let me. Can you see how different was SPY and QQQ? Look at this. I mean, QQQ was looking like weaker. Even right here. Look at this. Even right here, I really thought that this will be falling, but no, it actually reclaimed, and then kind of had the same reaction, consolidating above high of the day, consolidating above high of the day. So they just kind of catch up later in the day. Uh, hey Neto, how many names do you watch? I'm asking because I watch 7 tickers, including QQQ and SPY. Well, yeah, something like that. This is my fishing. This is my fishing chart. Right now, I'm just watching 4 names plus SPY and QQQ. Um, that's it. I mean, sometimes I have this one with six different. And look at this. It shows Apple, and sometimes here I have Microsoft. And in the other window I have SPY and QQQ. So I usually am watching uh, 4 or 6 names plus SPY and QQQ. That's how I play. Um, I feel like it's too much for me. I've been missing trades because I can't give each one enough attention. Curious how you handle it. You know what? Something that is super useful for me. It's this tool that I use that draws these tags here. Because I don't need to do it every day. So I kind of have my higher time frame thesis. So I mean, if for example I'm not charting Nvidia today or AMD today, right? Because unless they go to a significant level, but I'm 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 following the trend, the higher time frame trend, and then I start building my own thesis. And so at the very beginning of the market, I already have like, okay, well, these 2 or 3 names, it's very clear that they are going higher, but these 2 or 3 names, it's not that clear, or actually they are going lower. So I'm just, before coming to this, I go to this chart, and I'm just watching SPY and QQQ, trying to identify what they want to do, and then I go to the fishing chart. But that is way easier to do it because I already have these levels here: previous day high, previous day low, pre-market high, pre-market low, and the 5 minute opening range high and low. So if you have the chance to use this tool, the link for it, it's on the channel description. I think it's also on the video description, but it has been not working well. So if give me 1 second, and I'm gonna share again the link because it has not been working well. So I did something different. Give me 1 second. All right. So if you want to use the same tools that I do on here, they have it's not free, guys. It's but it's super cheap. I know the developer, and he's doing a great job. He's usually developing these things with the break and retest strategy on mind. So that's why, I mean, you have these levels here. You can customize the tags, you can customize the colors, you can customize if you want a solid dotted dash line. I mean, you can do a lot of things, and also it's a combo, so you can change the names on the chart. I mean, you can do a lot of things, and it's super affordable. So if you want to use it, use that link that I shared on the chat. And I think it's already updated on the channel description, and I will make my best to have it updated on every video's description. So I mean, you are good to go with it. Uh, and well, guys, that's it. I hope that you find value on this exercise that we did today. Even when it was kind of a slow day, look at how many opportunities we found all over the board. So let's continue doing this. Remember, and this is another thing that I want to remind you. Look how every time I tell you something about the strategy, something about execution, something about how you should be, dealing with the trades or performing or handling your account, this is in terms of managing your risk. It's never about how much money you can do it. The key of this game is survival. I mean, the better you are for survival, the more chances for you making money is. But the secret sauce here is risk management. So just pay attention to this. This is something that I want to, like every time I say, like, it's okay, well, this is your stop loss. Remember to manage your risk here. If you have a small account, don't risk too much. It's always about risk management. So I just want to make sure that we all are on the same channel. We are all understanding everything about risk, because I'm serious, guys. The key for being successful at trading is not finding the best setups. It's not, like holding your trades the longest. It's about, watching your back. Risk management. That's the secret sauce of trading. So just make sure that you understand that. And if you have any question, please do not hesitate to reach. And just as some of you have been doing, my email, it's on the videos. I'm sorry, on the channel description. If you ever want to reach, and if you ever want to ask about one-on-one performance coaching, if you ever want to ask for some piece of advice or something, just let me know. You can do it on the videos chat or the videos comment, or you can always send me an email. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for joining. You know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends about the channel so they can join, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.